This is a Hamond X5 that I'm hoping to repair using some components from flat keys. So these things wear out and you can't get the parts anymore sometimes, or it's difficult. After about an hour of playing this, after purchasing it, the E's gave up on the upper and lower manual and the bass pedals. There's a little hiss coming through at best. So I looked at the circuit diagram and the components inside and figured that the chips that have replaced the tone wheel generators were the source of the problem. So the tone generation happens on these two chips here. Left hand one is a double M5832N. The right hand one is 75-047243. So my guess is the right one has already blown and been replaced by compatible. What I did, just to figure out if this is the source of the problem, is I pulled these out, switched them over, and then the E started to work. So I'll do that in a second, but right away I noticed that just sitting here, this is boiling hot, so it's not a good sign. So just switch these two over, and now the E is working and the C isn't working. So the rest of the circuitry is fine. So I contacted a guy on eBay who was selling the left-hand chip. The right one had gone in his case, and he said, "I've just bought something from Flat Keys. They do two different solutions, an MM5833 retro, and this thing here, which is a synthesizer that plugs into the left and right chip." Chris from Flat Keys said it's the right ones that usually blow from his experience, and I said, is it because there's a cap that's gone out of value and they're being pushed too hard? And he said in his opinion it's because Hamond used PMOS chips and they're well known to fail, and Chris uses CMOS. Just in case you're unfamiliar with these things, there is a guide on these so you don't plug them in upside down. So you'll have a disaster if you unplug one of these chips and then decide to plug it in the wrong way around. So they've got usually a dot. So this is the synthesizer product that they do, which comes with attachments if you want them. So there's three things that they do. These two that will, so I believe, tune it in half tones, and that will do an octave up or down shift. So that's a three-way switch. Just seeing this job I've got to do on mine. Resistor 12 and 13 have been unsoldered. There's a jump wire going over where resistor 12 used to be. So that's the synthesizer circuit. What I'm going to do is mount it on there, and as opposed to drill any holes in the organ, what I'm going to do is extend those wires and put them in a Hamond box, and then attach them somewhere on the organ where it's accessible. So the E now works. So this is interesting. You hold down a key. It will do an octave shift. So listening to just the drawbars. The synthesizer's been installed, a very easy job to do. I've ordered a Hamond box like that from China. That's about 28mm wide. It's just so wide enough, I think, for the Edition of the switch and the turning knob to go inside there, so I can navigate more easily where I am on the scale if I want to use that device. And it's all functioning pretty well. Let me just yeah. So that's the bass. That's a full volume. It's going through a little practice sample at the minute, so it'll sound better through Leslie, obviously. So using this, that goes up in half tones. That's up to the highest, and then up again. And the tone changer there has also got this octave switch on it as well. The octave switch is quite handy if you want to drop an octave and play some bass, and then you would, because the top and the bottom everything goes down an octave, your bass frequency goes really low, so you have issues I think there with you lose the volume. Being able to have a device where you could switch the bottom manual an octave lower and just have that situation as you would do on other tone wheel organs, that would be a nice thing to figure out how to do. Anyway, yeah, I'm pretty happy.